Well, today we're answering a question from a YouTube viewer, which we appreciate. Thank you for that. And it's a very straightforward one, but one I think we get a lot when it comes to estate planning because you have a home, you have children. How do you divide that home? Because you can't just split it in half or split it three ways. We're going to talk about how Nick accomplishes that next. Welcome into Complete Estate Planning. Ben George with Nick Rosenbauer, the Rosenbauer Law Office. You can find him online, CincinnatiEstatePlan.com. Nick, today's question came from a YouTube viewer, so we appreciate that, first off, but it's a good one, too, because this is, I think, a common scenario. The asset's the biggest, or the home is the biggest asset most people have, and you want to divide that evenly between kids. What's the easiest way to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just to echo what you just said, so I appreciate all of our watchers and listeners sending in questions. We get a lot of them. I can't respond to all of them, but keep them coming. They're great. And obviously, if you have questions, that means I know other people have questions as well. So keep them coming if there's certain information you're looking for, and kind of wanting us to talk about. So for this one, yeah, you're right. Obviously, bank accounts, insurance, retirement accounts are easy. You can just set up to be half and half, a third, a third, a third. Hard to do that with a house, right? Now, I'm not going to get into the tools from an estate planning standpoint, but what you end up doing is you're really splitting the equity in the house or the value of the house. Couple ways you can do that. You can, obviously if the house is being sold or everyone agrees to sell it, that's easy. Everyone, like, you turn it into money and everyone gets their check. Okay. That's easy. I think the big problem here is if someone wants to keep the house. If you want to keep the house, few options for you. And also, Ben, you probably realize the more people we're splitting this among, the more dangerous it can get.
Yeah.
7 people co-owning a house and 2 people co-owning a house are not the same thing at all. But if we're keeping the house, technically people can own it together. I don't love that long term because you end up being a forced business partner with your brother or sister. A lot of times, we can give people the option to purchase it, buy it out of the estate, or purchase or buy out their siblings. So if they have enough money, or if there's cash around, so if there was enough cash as well, let's say there was $500,000 in cash and a $500,000 house, and Ben, you and I were getting 50-50 split, you can give someone the option to receive that as their inheritance. That's easy. Then you can say, hey, Ben, do you want just the house and no cash? Or if you don't want the house, we'll sell it and then we each get all of our cash. So giving options to people is a good way to do it, I think. And obviously, the more difficult it is. If it's just 1 or 2 people, it's okay. If it's 7 people, you have to start having a priority, because I don't want all 7 people to raise their hand and say, I want it. And then you end up having to have a bidding war with the rest of your siblings. So yeah, obviously, short answer, if we're selling it, that's easy. Everyone just takes their portion of the cash. If people are going to keep it, the options are just give someone the house, which then makes things unequal because they get the house and a share of the money. I don't love that in most instances. But you would make them have to square up or buy the other siblings out, so the inheritance ends up being the same.
Gotcha. Well, this is the perfect thing that would bring you into the office to meet with an estate planning attorney, right? If you have a big kind of question like this about how you're going to pass assets, this is just a great kind of starting point for building out that full plan.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and again, it's part of the larger picture of your entire inheritance that you're leaving. But yeah, obviously the house is a big piece. But yeah, this is something I talk to clients about all the time, and it's good to sit down with a professional and kind of let them know what your wishes are. I've had some people say, I don't care, let them choose. I've had some people say, force it to be sold so we don't run into any potential for issues. Or I've had people say, there's sentimental value. It's like a family farm. It's been in the family for a long time. I don't want it to go away or be sold. A good estate planning attorney is going to have tools in the toolbox for all of that. But yeah, you need to talk to someone, who's an expert in this to make sure that you get it right.
All right, very good. Well, you can get in touch with Nick at the Rosenbauer Law Office by going to CincinnatiEstatePlan.com. There's a button there you can click to schedule a time to meet with him and get that process underway. But any questions you have like this one, we'd appreciate if you send them in. We'd love to hear from you and try to help you out the best we can here on YouTube and the podcast. And I want to thank this viewer for sending in this question for us today. Nick, thanks for your time and thanks for answering that for us.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you next time.
Are you feeling overwhelmed by estate planning? The process can seem complex, but it doesn't have to be. The Rosenbauer Law Office is dedicated to helping you protect what matters most: your family, your assets, and your peace of mind. Nick and the team will guide you through every step of the process, making sure you feel confident and informed along the way. Take the first step toward peace of mind today. Schedule an introductory call by clicking the link in the description of today's show.
This show is for informational purposes only and does not provide any legal advice. Information on this show may not constitute the most up-to-date legal information. Please do not act or refrain from acting based solely on anything you hear on this show. This show does not form any attorney-client relationship with the Rosenbauer Law Office, LLC. Please seek the counsel of a qualified attorney before addressing your own estate planning needs.